Hello and welcome to another episode of WMT Reviews. I am Wiseman Tanofsky, and today we'll be taking a look at possibly one of the best Transformers of this size class that I have bought for a very long time. Say hello to Transformers Generations Deluxe Class Warpath. Now we'll get the fluff out of the way nice and quickly. Warpath is one of the youngest Autobots in the team. That makes him very brash, very overconfident, and his firepower also means he can charge headfirst into any Decepticon battalion, firing off guns in all directions. His main cannon has, however, made him slightly deaf, so do try to speak up when you're talking to him. Now, Warpath is, as you can see here, this very, very nice quad-treaded tank. It's beautifully detailed. I am in awe of this vehicle mode. For this size class, this is fantastic. It genuinely is. It's modelled mostly in this very dull military red, with little specks of grey and paint apps of silver here, there and everywhere, and some darker grey on the gunmetal. It's very nice indeed. Now the main turret here has a full 360 swivel that is very loose and very nice. And the main cannon can lift up and down. Other little details I want to point out along the side here, you have ZOW-333. Took me a very long time to work out what that is. It's Zowie. Warpath, of course, in the original series, had a tendency to insert blams and kablam and Zowie into his dialogue. Come around the other side here, you also have K490W. This one took me even longer to work out what it was. It's kapow! Kapow! Kablam! Awesome. I love it. This vehicle mode is incredible. Now, the vehicle mode is also equipped with a missile launcher here. Simple tug back on this mechanism here to fire it. I'm at a bit of a loss with the missile launcher, I have to admit, because when you actually plug it in, it sticks right out the back here and is really very obvious. So, for the most part, I don't actually store the missile in the launcher, because I think it detracts from a very, very nice vehicle mode. Besides, this doesn't have to be a missile launcher. It can be some sort of photon las cannon mounted on the side. Now, Warpath's transformation is simply fantastic. Everything gets dealt with, and everything ends up in a very good place for the robot mode. Split the front here, and lift this entire assembly up, straightening out the legs, and come down and do the feet first, unpeg the treads, like so, and rotate them around to fit in like this, to form one foot, same on this side, plug it in like so, and you have the legs. Come up here to the top, unfold these two panels around the side, and this will allow you to fold down the arms, like so, flip out the hands, or the fists, and close the panels back up again. Now you fold this section down here underneath the turret in order to form his lower abdomen, and collapse the whole thing down, like so, pegging it into the chest here. Take the missile pods and rotate them up, and the missile launcher, also rotate that up. Open up the main hatch, and my favourite bit of the transformation, push in the turret to reveal the head. Gotta love that. And what you are left with, as you can see here, is a very, very nice, very bulky, very military looking robot mode, with an absolutely stunning head sculpt. I mean, that is 100% Warpath. It's got the faceplate covering the bottom half, the two slit eyes. It's fantastic, and the turret in the chest, just like classic Warpath. I absolutely love this robot mode. I absolutely love this figure. I'm in awe of it, because it's a deluxe class figure. You know, if you had caught this thing on the shop floor when it had been released, you'd have been paying, what, $12.99 for it, maybe? That's incredible for a figure like this. I mean, just look at the detailing on this guy. I mean, true, there's not much going on the back, but they've even detailed in a spine here. Everything slots together and everything pegs together very securely. Now, in terms of posability, the head will twist. I don't do it very often because I don't want to risk mucking up the mechanism. The shoulders do go all the way around. They go out. There's a little swivel at the elbow as well as a bend, which even can peg in here as part of the transformation in order to get a full 90-degree bend. Now the wrists will go up and down as such. Now there's no posability in the waist, but the hips go practically 180, like so. And they also go out about, I'd say about 45 degrees. There's a swivel at the top of the thigh, a bend in the knee, a very good bend in the knee, and the slightest little pivot in the foot. So this is a very posable and very good figure. I am so pleased with this. Now, he's very difficult to find in stores now. I picked mine up from eBay. I am genuinely in awe of this figure. And if I have to come up with a criticism for it, the most common one is the tank barrel being slightly off-centre and not quite straight. To be honest, my one is so not quite straight that it's barely noticeable, so I'm not even going to detract for that. But I can't help but wish that this was a Voyager size figure. But at the same time, I know the Voyager size figure would not be the same. But this is such a good figure, I just wish it was a bit bigger, because he's a tank. And yes, he's young, that's very true. You know, maybe they are going for the fact that he's young and not quite as big as the other Autobots. But I can't help but wish he was slightly bigger. So for that, I think on the Orsometer, Warpath earns himself a very, very respectable 8.5, putting him on par with Triptychon and some of the other better Transformers that I have in my collection. I've been Wiseman Tanofsky, this has been WMT Reviews, thank you very much for watching.